Hello, and welcome to the Department of Mathematics at the University of Arizona. If you're watching this slideshow, it should be because you've declared a mathematics or statistics and data science major and coming into the university. During this breakout session, you're going to meet your advisors, learn about your major and degree requirements, and learn the basic components of a typical first semester schedule so that you'll be ready to choose your classes later. You can also find information from this session on our website, and if you have questions, the Math Center advisors are always available to help. Send us an email for more information. My name is Michelle Ort, and I'm one of your Math Center advisors. The Math Center is the advising center for the Mathematics Department, and it's located in the Mathematics building on the second floor. You can find me there, as well as Lori Varecka, the Assistant Director of the Math Center, who is also available for advising. By declaring a major in the mathematics department, you're joining almost 600 other math and SDS majors at the University of Arizona. As you can see, almost half of them also have an additional major. So if you're considering another major as well, stay tuned for the end of the presentation when we'll share some resources for declaring that other major. Our majors in the math department are available under either a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science degree. Most of your general education courses, as well as all of your major courses, will be the same no matter which degree you choose. The differences for our majors lie in the language and science requirements for each degree. You may also want to think about any additional majors you're considering when you choose your degree, since some majors only have one degree available. The Bachelor of Arts degree is not science intensive. It requires fourth semester proficiency in a second language and some general education courses that are in the science category. These courses are lecture-based and they'll be more learning about science rather than actually doing science. For example, one is called Nutrition, Food, and You. The Bachelor of Science degree, on the other hand, is science intensive. It only requires second semester proficiency in a second language. It requires 2 semesters of a lab science sequence, like chemistry or physics, and 2 application courses, which are courses that use calculus or statistics in other fields. You'll notice that the language requirement is proficiency-based, not based on how many courses you take. So if you already have proficiency in a second language, you may not need to complete any courses to fill that requirement. For either of these degrees, with your math or statistics and data science major, you'll need at least 120 total units and at least 42 upper division units, which are courses at the 300 or 400 level, in order to graduate. In addition to your major courses, your minor courses, your general education courses, many students will need to take extra courses or elective courses, which are at your choice to meet these unit requirements. And your advisors can help you make sure that you're staying on track to graduate. Mathematics and statistics are tools that we use to investigate real-life phenomena, and so that's part of the reason why both of our majors, with either degree, requires a minor outside of the math department, with the exception of the mathematics education emphasis. We'll provide a link to download a 4-year plan for your degree and your major at the end of this presentation, and that will give you a little bit more information on what lab science sequences to take, how to structure your semesters, and so on. Now we're going to get into the specific requirements for both of our majors. First, the statistics and data science major. This major focuses on practical statistics and analytical computing skills, and it's intended for students who will enter the job market or maybe an application-focused master's program after graduation. It does not require the proofs course, and it's a little less theoretical and abstract than many of the emphases in the math major. The course requirements include one programming course, which you have a couple options here. Both of those courses teach the Python language, which you will be using in your later courses in this major. Then there are the core math courses. Math 122B, which is Calculus 1, is the first one listed and the first one required in the major. But where you start is going to depend on your placement and transfer credit in mathematics. So these core courses go through the 3-semester calculus sequence and linear algebra. These courses, including the programming course, are also required for the mathematics major. So if you're not sure which one you're interested in, you can easily change in your first few semesters. You can also double major in both of these if you choose. Now we'll get into the courses specific to the SDS major. Data 363, the Introduction to Statistical Methods, is really the foundation where you'll build skills that you'll need in all of your remaining coursework in the major. You'll then go to Data 375, Statistical Computing, as well as Math 464 and 466, the Theory of Probability and Statistics, Data 467, Applied Linear Models and Regression, and then 498A, the capstone project-based course that you'll take in your final semester. You'll also choose one elective course to complete your major. We have several options listed here, including sports analytics, financial math, stochastic processes, and optimization methods, but there may be other options available in future semesters.
We also offer a math major. Keep in mind that all math majors must complete at least one proofwriting course. If you major in math, you will need to select an emphasis area. The applied track is intended for students who want to learn practical skills for the job market. The comprehensive and probability and statistics emphases are intended for students who want to go to graduate school in math or statistics, respectively. We have an education track for those of you who would like to be middle or high school math teachers. And then we have tracks in computer science, economics or business, and life science, which are intended not to teach you those areas, but to complement studies in those areas. If you already have an emphasis in mind for your math major, just let the Math Center know and we can take care of it for you. We can also change it later if you do change your mind. And as a reminder, most math majors will need a minor outside the math department. If you are thinking about using a second major instead of a minor to fulfill the requirement, please talk with us. All math majors are required to complete a computer programming course and a set of common or core math courses. Unless you choose the education emphasis, you'll need to complete most or all of the core courses prior to beginning courses in your emphasis. Now let's talk about your schedule. Computer-generated schedules are created for all students attending new student orientation. You should consider this pre-schedule as a starting point only. We want to help you adapt it to fit your preferences. You may also be updating your placements. You may have or expect credit like AP or dual enrollment, and these sorts of things will impact the classes that you can and should have in your schedule. It is important that you pay attention to the number of units that you enroll in. If you need to be a full-time student, then make sure that you take at least 12 units each semester. For your very first semester, we recommend that you stick to 14 to 16 units. That will keep you on track for degree requirements, which typically expect about 30 units per year, and should also help you comply with any scholarship requirements. In their first semester, our majors typically take math, English composition, second language, and then fill their schedule with general education, Tier 1 150 or 160 courses usually. Since the first several of these depend very heavily on placement, it's really important that you take care of that in your Next Steps Center. You may be interested in also adding other courses based on your interests or perhaps prior college credit. Please be sure to discuss these with your advisor. If you are in the Honors College, you'll also be expected to add a 1-unit Honors Colloquium. Make room for this in your schedule as well. For the rest of you, we do have a special colloquium just for Math and SDS majors. This is Data or Math 195M. It's 1 unit. It is not an Honors Colloquium. Click the links below to access more resources on our website. You can download a PDF of our handbook or just view your degree requirements on our website. We have information for those of you considering a second major. There are samples for your plans and more details about the courses in the math education emphasis. And of course, you can always email us in the Math Center.